So on a bad day, really, it's mainly due to pain in my feet. And then when I have a lot of pain, I generally have to take more painkillers, which I hate doing. They make me feel horrendous, and they take the pain away, but they take everything else away with it as well, which is not a nice feeling. So on those days, you just have to remember what's most important. And then, so sometimes I'll talk to my niece Lucy, for instance, and that will make me smile. And yeah, just things like that makes me a lot happier. Hi, my name's Sophie. I'm 24 years old and I'm currently a nursing student at London South Bank University. I contracted meningococcal septicemia when I was 21, and from that I lost the ends of my feet and my fingertips. On the 26th of July, I'd been quite unwell and I'd been to the hospital as I just felt awful. They diagnosed me with having a stomach bug and they sent me home even though my white blood cell count was really high. The next day, I woke up about 4 o'clock in the morning and I was violently shaking and I couldn't seem to stop it whatever I did. So I said to my boyfriend that we needed to call an ambulance. I just knew that I had to get to the hospital at that point. The ambulance came and it took a while, but we ended up going to the hospital, and whilst I was in the ambulance, that's when we saw the rash and it was spreading up my legs. It was deep, dark purple and it was unlike anything I'd seen before. I think Matt was quite shocked as well. After that, I got to the hospital and I don't remember too much, but I remember coming into resus and everybody putting wires all over me, cannulas, breathing masks, everything, just to try and get me stable enough. And a couple of hours later, I went into cardiac arrest and my heart stopped. I think the hardest moment for me was when I was at the renal ward and I was trying to learn to walk again. It wasn't the learning so much, it was the pain in my feet. Every time I put my feet over the side of the bed, the pain from the blood going down to feet where there were no pathways for the blood to go anymore, it was extremely painful. So trying to put my feet on the floor and trying to just walk a couple of steps was very difficult. But after a while you kind of accept the pain and you just do it because you want to, and you want to get out of that bed and just keep living your life.
One of Britain's top doctors, Dr. Parviz Habibi, has specialised in treating many cases of meningococcal septicemia in the intensive care unit at St Mary's Hospital.
People think of meningitis because, first of all, it's fairly common and it's easy to say. Meningococcal septicemia is a bit of a mouthful. But the germ, the meningococcus germ, lives in the nose and throat of healthy people. You know, about 25% of it. 25% of the population, healthy population, are carrying it and they don't know they've got it.
I realised when I started going to a nursery that I was different all the way through life. I'm not the same as everyone else, but I can do just as much as everyone else. Dealing with different things on a daily basis, so going through life, learning how to write, learning how to eat, learning how to pick up things off the floor. It's a whole new process for me. I think meningitis is one of those that's very not heard about, whereas like you get other ones that's heard about on a daily basis. And I think with meningitis, it's never going to go away. It's always going to be one of those that's going to kick around and hit you at any point in life.
In 2014, the UK became the first country to introduce a free vaccine to children under the age of 1. Following the recent death of a 2-year-old after she contracted meningitis B, a petition demanding that the MenB vaccine be made available to all children has sparked debates.
Now, we do understand the cost-effective process, and we do understand that with a new vaccine, we won't be able to measure the impact for another 2 years. But we believe that by extending it certainly to the under 5s, won't make that much difference. The cost won't be huge, and it will save hundreds of lives.
A night, put Ellie to bed, she was absolutely fine, and all of a sudden she started making a really low groan. As soon as we touched her, the temperature was exceptionally high, and then from then on it just, the hospital went down, was down there for about 4 hours, 5 hours, got sent home, said they just had a urine infection, was back at home probably about 6 hours, and she was very, very close to death by the time we got back down the hospital. We barged through the triage where they assess people. We just barged straight through there. We're starting to get told off, pulled her top up and showed her back, which had now started to spread quite quickly. Went through to the children's A&E, and then everything just went absolutely mad. You got to a point where you could clearly see what parts of the body were dying off, and you knew it was coming. But that was something we learned as we went along, because it was part of the meningitis I didn't know could happen. It was only very soon after being in there you realised it was going to happen. And for every day you was hoping, right, hopefully this survives, hopefully that. And particularly her hands were not doing too bad. And then we went away. We had to come away from the hospital. We was given a room just down the road. We came in one morning and the hands just deteriorated overnight. And we knew then again that was a really bad day, because obviously we thought that was such a massive thing to try and keep, and so that was probably one of the worst days in there, I think. There's nothing to describe it. It's the hell on earth, really. You can lose one of your children, which see, like, even there. It's about the worst thing that can happen in your life, I think. It's extremely unlikely it's going to happen to you, but obviously we're one of the people it did happen to, so you can't say it's not worth it. For every one child that has to go through this, whatever the cost to us, it's worth every penny, whatever the cost would be to not have another family go through what we've had to go through.